According to a Japanese Ministry of Defense document reported by USNI News on March 4, 2025, Japan will establish a second F-35B squadron by the end of the decade. This initiative includes adjustments to the training schedule due to a 3-year delay in the completion of the planned airbase on Magashima Island, which is intended to serve as the fleet's primary training facility. Last week, the Kyushu Defense Bureau of the Ministry of Defense released an explanatory document outlining revisions to the training plan. The ministry's regional offices regularly provide such updates when military activities may impact local populations. A detailed table outlining the expected number of monthly vertical landing training sessions at Nayutabaru Air Base, located on Kyushu's main island, confirms the formation of a second F-35B squadron by fiscal year 2029, bringing the total number of stationed aircraft at the base to approximately 30. Japan currently plans to establish a temporary F-35B squadron at Nayutabaru by the end of March while awaiting the delivery of the first batch of 6 aircraft from the planned total of 42. The F-35B Lightning II is a 5th-generation multi-role fighter equipped with short takeoff and vertical landing (STOVL) capability, enabling operations from small ships, roads, and remote bases. Developed for the U.S. Marine Corps as well as the British and Italian forces, it combines stealth, supersonic speed, and operational versatility. Its propulsion system features a Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine and a shaft-driven lift fan, allowing vertical landing maneuvers while maintaining high flight performance. With a maximum speed of 1,600 km per hour and a range of 1,667 km, the F-35B is designed for rapid deployment in conflict zones, reducing reliance on traditional airbases and increasing operational tempo. In terms of armament, the F-35B carries more than 15,000 pounds of ordnance, with an internal weapons bay optimized for stealth or external pylons for maximum payload. It is equipped with the GAU-22, a 25mm cannon and a range of air-to-air and air-to-ground missiles. Its advanced avionics include the AN/APG-81 AESA radar, the AN/ASQ-239 Barracuda electronic warfare system, and the MADL secure communication system, ensuring effective battlefield connectivity. Protection is enhanced by the AN/AAQ-37 DOS, providing 360-degree threat awareness. These features make the F-35B a key asset for naval and amphibious operations. While the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force operates fixed and rotary wing aircraft, the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, JASDF, will be responsible for the F-35Bs, complementing the F-35A fleet already in service. Japan's acquisition plan includes 105 F-35A and 42 F-35B aircraft. According to projections, 8 F-35Bs will be operational by 2025, increasing to 30 with the establishment of the second squadron in 2029. By 2031, the fleet is expected to comprise 40 F-35Bs. Initially, the plan was to station the F-35Bs at Nayutabaru Air Base without conducting vertical landings except in emergencies. However, a review determined that the Magashima Air Base would not be completed until the end of fiscal year 2029. Due to the inability to conduct training there as planned, the Ministry of Defense revised its decision to allow vertical landing training at Nayutabaru. Magashima, uninhabited since 1980, is located approximately 40 kilometers south of Kyushu's main island. The Japanese government purchased it in 2019 to develop an airbase for the JASDF, which will also serve as a facility for U.S. Navy and Marine Corps aircraft to conduct simulated carrier landing practice, replacing the current site at Iwo Jima. Additionally, It will function as an operational base for the defense of Japan's southwestern islands. Construction began in January 2023 and was initially expected to be completed in 2027. However, in September 2024, the Ministry of Defense announced that completion had been pushed back to March 2030 due to material shortages and labor constraints. At a press conference last Friday, Japanese Defense Minister General Nakatani stated that the ministry had informed local authorities through the Kyushu Defense Bureau and planned to hold explanatory meetings with residents. Military installations and activities in Japan are frequently located near populated areas, often leading to concerns among residents. Regarding the F-35B training at Nayutabaru, local concerns primarily relate to noise pollution. The explanatory document noted that noise from vertical landings would last for 3 minutes. Citing a 2013 U.S. study that measured a peak noise level of 130 decibels at 75 meters from the landing point and 110 decibels at 300 meters. Japan's F-35B vertical landing training program includes 4 types: emergency landings, aircraft type conversion, and proficiency maintenance, landings on non-ship surfaces, and simulated carrier landings. The first 3 will be conducted at Nayutabaru, while the 4th will only take place at Magashima once the necessary shipboard landing simulation infrastructure is in place. As Japan integrates the F-35B, other branches of its military are familiarizing themselves with its operations, particularly amphibious units. From February 3 to 6, the commanding officers of the 3 Amphibious Rapid Deployment Regiments, ARDB, of the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force observed flight operations aboard the USS America, LHA-6. This visit was part of a broader engagement with the America Amphibious Ready Group and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit. The objective of this cooperation is to enhance interoperability between U.S. and Japanese forces. Several briefings and planning sessions were held between the commanders of the respective units to strengthen coordination for joint operations. This initiative is part of a larger effort to bolster military ties between the U.S. Marine Corps, the U.S. Navy, the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force, and the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force. Colonel Chris Niziocha, commander of the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, highlighted the significance of the visit, noting that the simultaneous presence of all 3 ARDB regiment commanders underscored Japan's commitment to cooperation with U.S. Marines. He also emphasized the strategic importance of such coordination in the Indo-Pacific, stating that joint actions send a clear signal against coercive or destabilizing activities in the region. As Japan continues to expand its 5th-generation air combat capabilities, the integration of the F-35B into its Air Force and its coordination with amphibious units represent a strategic shift. The delay in the completion of Magashima presents logistical challenges, but the Ministry of Defense has adjusted training plans accordingly. Intending to deploy 40 F-35Bs by 2031 and enhance interoperability with U.S. forces, Japan is positioning itself to strengthen its defense posture in response to regional security challenges.